So ISO 27701 for privacy, does it make sense? What's your decision going to be? Well, my answer is really easy, but I expect this video is going to fire off lots of comments. There's many entrenched positions and interests when it comes to standards. And our 27001 video, recommend you watch that, 27001 is not GDPR, got lots of comments and lit up LinkedIn. So let's get stuck into your 7 main decision factors and stick with us. We have a great alternative for those desperate for an auditable standard for GDPR. Hi, I'm Robert Bohr, the founder and CEO of Keepable, award-winning privacy SaaS, saving you time, money and stress on GDPR, giving you a great answer and insight for the boards and for customers alike. Do check us out at keepable.com. And this video is part of Privacy Kitchen, free video help with GDPR and all things privacy. If you're new here, please do click subscribe and notify to hear about our awesome new Privacy Kitchen videos. And as always, links are in the notes below, and we'll just say GDPR in this video because the EU and UK GDPRs are almost identical on this basis. Right, grab a cup of coffee and let's crack on. So the bottom line, if you're one of the 0.05% maximum of enterprises in Europe with a certificate for ISO 27001, the security standard, yes, it makes absolute sense for you to go for 27701 for privacy as well. But if you're in that 99.95% without 27001, you've got a big decision because you have to get certified for 27001 before you can get certified for 27701 on privacy. And well, 99.95% of organisations in Europe have decided not to. So what should your decision be? Well, we'll look at 7 pros and cons. They're often the same thing, and to help you with your decision. And stick with us for that really interesting alternative. Now let's be positive and start with the 2 biggest positives as I see them. Number 1 is clearly due diligence. Survey after survey states that independent certifications are very persuasive in due diligence. I've done it myself. If you see a business is 27001 certified, it does give you confidence about their security. So on that basis, it's a no-brainer. If you've got 27001, go for 27701 at the same time. Now, it doesn't take much searching though to find the negative arguments about certificates, but this is about any sort of certificate. They don't necessarily relate to where your data is being processed. It might be just one office or one function. There's also a lot of comments about how should we say that people treat it like a marketing expense. So they don't really buy into it, implement it, they use friendly auditors, and they just backfill every 3 years for their certificate. Personally, I've always thought those arguments are a crock. You can't disagree that having a certification, any certification, not just ISO, is going to be good for your due diligence. So on the due diligence alone, I think it's a really good idea. But do you actually need an ISO? There's lots of other ways to do this. So number 2 of the big positives is your privacy framework. Now 27701 calls this a PIMS, sadly not the lovely summer drink. It is a privacy information management system. You'll put this in place. It's essentially a privacy framework. That in itself is excellent and it's a big positive. But here's a big but. There's many ways to put privacy frameworks in place. You've got the UK ICO's free accountability framework. You've got the NIST privacy framework. You've got services like Keepable with a privacy framework based on GDPR out of the box in SaaS as well. So the point of all this is it's not rocket science. There are many ready-made frameworks out there that you might feel are more appropriate for your business without having to go for 27001 and 27701. Now the GDPR is all about putting in place appropriate measures appropriate to the risk to individuals. And the UK ICO confirms that your privacy framework will flex according to the size of your organisation, the data you're processing, etc. Now, the UK government has just launched in August, September 2021, a review of UK GDPR, so let's see where that goes. So why go to the extent of tying yourself to 27701's PIMS and having tied yourself to 27001's IMS if it's not appropriate for you? 27701 is not yet an official GDPR certificate. Many people hoped it would be, but as at the 15th of September 2021, it's just not. It's a standard you can tweak for GDPR. Now, at the time of the video, there are some national certifications coming through. The UK's just done some, for example, on destruction. They've approved those. But you can't say that you're going to be GDPR certified. You can say you're 27701 certified. It's not a pure GDPR focused standard. Now, that brings us on to our next 2 points. Number 4, GDPR is a law. Now, there's never been a generally applicable security law in the UK. GDPR has a general security obligation, but it's around personal data only. So security standards have filled the gap with a set of rules to be implemented in a risk-based manner, laying out a path for you to follow to improve your security stance and reduce risk as you go about your business. That's really, really great, honestly. But hang on, that sounds familiar. GDPR is a set of rules to be implemented in a risk-based manner, laying out a path for you to follow to improve your data protection stance and reduce risk as you go about your business. So I see GDPR as its own standard. And at the end of the day, what can a standard like 27701 do? It can only mirror the GDPR, but you still need to go and check with GDPR. There's a whopping great law out there, which there isn't for 27001. There's the CJEU in Europe giving out decisions, the Supreme Court in the UK, regulators giving out guidance that doesn't always agree. So with GDPR, at the end of the day, what ISO says and what 27701 says doesn't really matter. It's what the courts say and what the law says. Now, that's a comment that can be made about any privacy standard, and I do think there is a benefit to having a privacy standard, so that's maybe a wash. Okay, number 5, the reliance on 27001. As we said, it's not a standalone certification, 27701, you've got to get 27001 first. So there's many good reasons to look at privacy and security together, but again, there's many ways to do this. But as I said, 99.95% of European organisations have not decided to get a 27001 certificate for their security. So will 27701 make a sufficient impact on the cost-benefit analysis to push people to get 27001 in the first place and then on for the privacy one? I just doubt it. A strength of 27701 is also a weakness in my view. It's designed to be flexible so you can cover many jurisdictions, but if you're going to tailor it for GDPR and for CCPA and for the LGPD, well, where's the standard gone? Where's GDPR in there? I get the desire for a certification for GDPR, and ISO has quite a few standards for privacy already, but this flexibility rather chips away at the idea of a GDPR standard and possibly at the trust in that certification. Now, our 7th decision point is cost. Cost of certifying compliance with an ISO, both in terms of cash and time when you get it and maintaining it, is not insignificant. If your organisation has got tight budgets and no real need for it, no demand, you may well decide not to. For example, we have Cyber Essentials Plus, the independently certified security standard launched by the UK government. It's a fantastic alternative. It's required by the NHS Toolkit and by the G-Cloud procurement framework, which we're part of. Now, the cost of ISO certification and maintaining it is definitely bearable for larger organisations. So really, how much this is a positive or a negative depends on your business, on the size of your business, and what your customers are asking for. Okay, now for our bonus tip, a very interesting alternative to 27701. If you want a certification aligned with GDPR, again, there is no full GDPR certification approved as yet by Europe, look at British Standard 112. People will say this differently, it's 10012. As the British Standards Institute notes, BS 112 is a British standard specifying a PIMS aligned to GDPR and to the UK Data Protection Act. At a 2017 conference run by ENISA, the European Information Security Agency, a speaker said that 112 was actually state-of-the-art work, and you can get certified against it now. So there we go. You can use those 7 factors to decide whether you really need certification or to go another route. For example, our award-winning SaaS at Keepable is an intuitive, simple privacy framework our customers use to manage compliance and demonstrate that to others. So please do look at our Privacy Kitchen videos, including that ISO 27001 is not GDPR and how to prepare for a breach under GDPR. Do please visit us at Keepable.com, ask for a demo, and do please use the hashtag Privacy Kitchen to tell us the topics and questions you want covered. So stay well in the meantime and see you soon in Privacy Kitchen. Did this video make the topic easy for you? Well, that's what Keepable software is all about. Making GDPR compliance a breeze, instantly creating the insights you need to prove your compliance to the board and customers alike. Why not see for yourself by booking your demo at Keepable.com? And while you're there, we have a whole host of content on our blog, including real-life customer stories, insightful posts, and useful downloads. Hit the link in the video description or visit us at Keepable.com. Looking forward to speaking with you soon.